In your politics on this Tuesday, today is National Voter Registration Day, and with the midterms just 7 weeks away now, it is important to make sure you are registered and prepared to vote in November. Joining us now for more is Rafe Sonnenschein, Executive Director at the Pat Brown Institute for Public Affairs at Cal State LA. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you on this very special day for democracy.
Oh, yes, we're speaking our language. So the midterms have been dubbed Roe-vember for obvious reasons. Some believing the reversal of Roe will drive women and independents to the polls. We saw that in Kansas. They fiercely rejected an anti-abortion amendment there. And in the weeks leading up to that election, new voter registration, we are told, skyrocketed with 70% of those newly registered voters, women. Will we see this across the country? Could this backfire on the GOP? What are you seeing from this?
Oh, I think the GOP, the Republicans, are very concerned that that's exactly what's going to happen. And Democrats feel like the chemistry of the entire race, which was going against them for months, is going more in their direction now. I think women are going to be the wild card of this race. And if their turnout is as high as it seems, it's going to make history.
Yeah, because in the midterms, typically, as you know, there's a referendum on the incumbent party. And you say this could be the exception?
This could be an exception for two reasons. One is there's two words Democrats want to repeat again and again, which is abortion and Trump. Because with Trump in the news so much, it's actually possible to make the election, at least in part, a referendum on the alternative. And Trump keeps himself visible, and he highly motivates Democrats. I know he motivates Republicans, but in my read of this, I think he motivates Democrats even more. Republicans want to talk about inflation, the economy, immigration, the issues that they had been pushing, and they're having a little bit more difficulty getting into the discussion space with those issues than they were, say, 6 months ago.
Yeah. And pundits say that California will play a critical role this time in whether Democrats hold on to the House. There are vulnerable seats here, as you know, districts 27, 22, 45. Could California play a critical role this time on who controls Congress?
Oh, there's no question about it. There's probably as many as 4 or 5, maybe 6 seats in play. Some of them, remember, are seats Democrats are trying to hold on to, like Katie Porter's seat in the Irvine area. That's a tough one to hold. But if Democrats pick up a handful of seats out here, it could be the margin. Look, Democrats are still the underdogs to win the House. But if they do, it'll run through California. They can't win the House without winning a bunch of seats in California. Yeah,
especially after the redistricting redrew those maps. So there's another poll that shows immigration the #2 issue for Republicans. Voters in Florida, as you know, Governor Ron DeSantis took something of a victory lap this weekend for his controversial flight sending migrants to Martha's Vineyard. Is there a risk of alienating voters? What impact will immigration have in November?
Well, I think this may backfire. I think that victory lap is a little premature. It certainly got immigration in the news, which is the goal of it. Immigration, immigration, immigration. However, it's already generating a backlash in Florida in the Venezuelan origin community, because a number of the people who were sent to Martha's Vineyard they're all legal. These are people who had been accepted to apply for asylum there. And essentially people are saying, what on earth is going on? There's also checking now whether it violates any laws. And this could actually end up going in kind of an unforeseen direction. You can see the motivation, though, is change the chemistry, raise DeSantis's profile, and then the governor of Texas has to compete with that as well. I'm not sure it's going to work, to tell you the truth.
Well, it's working in the sense that we're speaking about both of those governors in California. So Hispanic Heritage Month is underway, and Latinos are 40% of the population here in California. They are younger and lean Democratic, according to the latest polls. Pundits are suggesting Latinos could be the decisive vote that will determine if Democrats do, in fact, keep the House. But if you ask Latinos, many say neither party courts them. Why is such a crucial voting bloc often so overlooked?
It's really a mystery, because Democrats have done well with Latino voters for decades and still win the support of a majority, but it often seems like they lag or wait until late in the election to really do the day-to-day work of getting to know this really diverse community. It's not just a single community that you can, sort of say, well, here's the Latino vote. They're having difficulty, the Democrats are, with some men, younger men, especially non-college younger male voters in the Latino community. You see this especially in Florida and Texas, where it's going to jeopardize Democrats winning statewide. Now, Republicans, conversely, think that a hard line on immigration, talking about immigration all the time, is going to win them the Latino community. I think that ends up with a lot of Latino voters sometimes feeling a bit at sea, not ready to go Republican totally because of concerns about even social issues like the choice position on abortion, which is actually popular among Latinos. But then wondering if the Democrats need to do more on a daily basis, year after year, decade after decade, constant conversation, learning back and forth. That's the hard work. Democrats have been an East Coast party, Northeast party, and the Sun Belt is increasingly the Latino base of the Democratic Party. They've got to make some changes there.
Well, we have 7 weeks, and I hope you'll come back because we're going to need your vital voice and expertise on the midterms. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Rafe Sonnenschein, Executive Director at the Pat Brown Institute for Public Affairs at Cal State LA. We thank you so much and hope you will be back. 7 weeks out, my friends. And